Okay, then let's get started. Leg forward. Oh God.
Well, never practiced, but still motivated. René, stop. We will now do the exercises as if you have never done any before. Also for you at home, never done exercises, go up, stand up. If you have never done exercises of this kind before, then join in now. Completely relaxed, I'll explain everything. Follow us at home. Just keep going as far as you can. Stand normally. Take both hands back to the buttocks. And now you carefully push the groins forward. And maybe you already notice, oh, it pulls there. And then just stop, because it may pull, but it still has to be tolerable. And then you stay there, where it just pulls so much that it is still bearable. And if it goes further, then you push the groins even further forward. It pulls in the groin, it pulls maybe in the back, also in the hips. All of these are signs the body gives us. Get used to it. Listen to your body and perceive it. And if you like, you can eventually start including your head as well. Then it pulls in the front of the throat, maybe pulls a little more in the stomach. The noise was already too much, René. Take it easy.
I am overmotivated. I am going back.
Take it easy. It is better. And then, when you have arrived in your position, just stay still and breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. And while exhaling, you go a little further in. But only if it's okay. You must feel completely comfortable. It can be exhausting, but you have to feel comfortable. That is the important thing. You must enjoy these exercises. And while I say this, I keep pushing the groins forward a little bit more. And you always stay where you can still bear it well. And deep breathing, especially when exhaling, helps you to go a little further inside. But as I said, only if that's okay with you. Then you slowly come out again and feel how it relieves now. How the pelvis feels. How the hip feels. Move your arms a little. Move your pelvis a little bit. Find your way back into your physicality, so to speak. Then you stay standing like that. And you straighten your knees. And go very, very slowly downwards. And then you notice it pulls back into the legs, it pulls into the back of the knee. And if you already notice it now...
Straight back, Roland. Are you there?
Completely indifferent.
Okay.
Completely indifferent. So, as you like it. And if you already notice now that it pulls in the back of the knees and that it pulls noticeably, then you do it very slowly and just stay there. Just stay there, breathe nicely, and you support yourself securely on your thighs with your hands.
Now there are also people who come up to here at most.
Yes, no problem at all.
Then is that the exercise?
Of course. The exercise can already be over for one of you here. And others go deeper. Others come all the way down to the ground. Yes, completely indifferent. Everyone stays in their area. The pelvis is taken along. The back is made round. Just keep feeling in.
Where do you feel the stretching?
Normally when the knees are extended in the back of the knees. Support yourself nicely and thereby limit this stretching intensity, this stretching pain in the back of the knees to the area that is still comfortably bearable. And then you notice how the 10 seconds pass and you go a little deeper. After another 10 seconds, you go a little deeper. And then you support yourself on your legs and slowly stand up again. Was that difficult?
No, that was okay, I would say.
And now you can trust your body again. slightly hyperextend into the opposite movement. And now you stay just like that. Take the left hand to the left thigh and take the right arm outwards, upwards as far as possible. If you come this far, then you stay here. And then you bend to the left, further and further to the side.
What is the purpose of having the left arm on the thigh?
That you can support yourself. And you notice how you constantly go a little further into the stretch. Because your hand slips when you go more to the left along the leg, increasingly downwards. And also here. It may be that you only get this far. Then that's completely enough. Or you come deeper. And also breathe in deeply here, increasingly. Increasing inhalation. Take a deep breath. And breathe in a little further.
When I now realize I can't anymore.
And slowly come up again. What do you mean? I can't anymore?
I can't anymore.
Yes, then do it already. Way too much. Just go as far as you can handle it well. Don't do too much. And the right hand on the thigh, moving further down. The left arm is increasingly pulling over.
You know, if I feel the first pull, then that's reason enough for me to stop, right?
The first pull depends on the intensity it has.
Yes, already.
If this is a slight stretching pain, you can continue a little bit. Unless you think, oh, I'm not quite sure if that's too much already. Then you stop. And with each repetition you do, you will become more confident. Yes, we know that from experience. Every time it brings you a little further into your body awareness. And also into your safety zone.
What am I allowed to do? What am I not allowed to do?
And then you slowly come out here again. And now you go forward once, backward once, left once, right once. We have already exercised 4 important axes now. And now you take your hands horizontally and the arms. And then you turn to the left. And the feet stay where they are. You turn around and then you realize at some point, oh, now it doesn't go any further, but the right arm, it can still go further. Then you take the right arm to the left. And also turn your head to the left and your eyes to the left. But again, only as far as you still feel comfortable.
The whole thing is a bit exhausting.
What's the difference with the head and the eyes looking to the left? And now you go to the right. It is the same. Yes, first you turn the torso to the right, pull the left hand to the right with the left arm, turn the head to the right, and turn the eyes to the right. But you notice there are many things to control. I always say, do what's possible, and you only do as much as you can handle right now. And I can already almost guarantee you, if you've done this 5, 6, 7 times, you'll have a completely different relationship with your body. Let yourself be surprised. And then back again.
You wanted me to explain about the eyes.
And now we go to the chair. What do you want to know about the eyes?
Why do I have to involve the eyes and the head and everything?
So that all muscles that we have inside our body are involved in the movement.
Okay.
Now attention. Now it's about putting the right foot on the left leg. And that can be a problem. Therefore, make it very easy for yourself. Just stretch your left leg. And now you can move your foot till there. Okay? Maybe you can move it till here too. Or until here. Go ahead, Renee.
Yes.
Up to here. Or until here. And when you are above the knee with your left leg extended, you simply gradually bend your left leg.
With the left leg extended, you said?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And then you bend it more and more. And no matter where on this path, which I have just described, the boundary is for you, there you stay. It is important that you feel a stretch. And it must not be too light either. Then you have too little effect. It must be exhausting. It can be exhausting. Avoid sudden movements. Feel into yourself. And the pain, the stretching pain that comes, is a kind of pain that arises.
Yes, such a positive pain.
It may be so high that you can still tolerate it well. But when that turns, when you realize you have to clench a fist, or you have to mentally exert yourself to endure it, that is already too much. That would spoil the fun for us. And that's why it always stays at the border, no matter in which position. Never let yourself be discouraged by Renee or me showing a position where you say to yourself, I can't do that anyway. Never let yourself be unsettled so that you stop, because it is a path. And every day a millimeter is 1 centimeter after 10 days. And this is how you can bring more and more mobility back to your body. So, and now, when we are like this, left hand on the foot, right hand on the knee, I'll demonstrate so you can follow along more easily in the position you might initially have. Yes? Now straighten your back nicely. And then you move forward with the belly button. And then you will quickly notice that there is a pulling sensation in the right buttock. And you have to remember, if an exercise doesn't pull, then it doesn't play a big role for stretching. Yes, we know that from experience. It must pull. It must also pull stronger. But you must still have a good feeling. That is the secret. Small motivation. Look at me for a moment. It's really, really bad how I'm sitting there. But yes, we still have a long way to go. And now you go forward with your torso. And you usually feel the stretching in the right buttock and or the right groin. Maybe also straighten your back a little, in the hip joint maybe. Yes? And then you slowly go out there again. And now we do that too, even though it's a bit more strenuous than the other exercises. Let's do it on the other side as well. Also, we start again like this. Put your foot on your ankle. It's best if you turn the angle a little, so that I can see it from both sides. Exactly. Then they also see that it has to be here right now, because that's also the case with you.
So,
start down here. If you already notice, oh, you can't go any further, then you would start to lean forward now. Yes? Or you come a little higher. You can also hold your leg like this, so you stay in position and your knee doesn't slide down. And then you would bend there, or you come over the knee. But more is not possible, right? Then you would bend over here now. Or you can even bend your leg a little. The right one now, yes? Or you can bend it even more. Or even more. Or even more. Or you can put it all the way up. Every position that brings you to the limit is the right position. The final position that you see, that is the goal. If you only reach it in 3 years, it's also not a problem. But I promise you, from experience, we know that if you reach the goal in 3 years, you will already feel many improvements after 3 weeks. Because some flexibility has already come into the muscles, into the fascia. Yes, we have been seeing that for many years. And even in the oldest people, 80, 85 years old. Do it anyway, slowly, at the right intensity. Then it feels good for the body.
yes, good, that takes a while. Is that right, Roland? Yes.
And then you stretch in here nicely. And now you feel the stretching in the left buttock, in the left groin, in the left hip, maybe a little on the left side of the back, or also in the middle. You could feel the stretching everywhere.
Roland, if I pull or stretch myself a little now, is that allowed? Can I pull myself towards my leg?
Yes, you can do that. You move there. We've actually been doing it the whole time, honestly.
Oh, I see.
Or did I forget to say it? I think you forgot it. Make your back completely straight. And then you pull yourself forward with straight back using your hands. And then you come out here again. And now it's about the neck. That's also a focal point in the body, right? It gets a bit complicated, but don't be discouraged. Just sit up straight. And now you turn your head a little bit to the left. And you bend your left elbow and pull your left shoulder down as far as possible. And the head does not move in time. Does it already hurt, right? Where does it hurt you?
I already feel it in my neck when I lower my shoulder.
Yes, very good. That's what we want. Whenever it pulls, the exercise is beneficial. If the exercise doesn't work, you'd better go have a cappuccino with almond milk. Little fun, little fun. And now the hands, take the right hand over the head. Plays a role where first go over the head in the middle. Yes. And then you go a little bit back from the middle. And then you gently move your head towards the front right down. And then you feel it stretching in the back left of your neck. And everything we pull on becomes longer and more relaxed. So is the rule that we have been experiencing with patients for 30 years. Always pull down further. But if the whole thing is up here for you, then it's okay too. Or much deeper. Everyone finds their own point. And breathe in again. And if you notice that you have too little stretching intensity, then pull your chin towards your larynx. And then you usually notice a lot more. Stop chin towards larynx means double chin again.
In my case, triple chin.
Yes.
Yes.
Or also quadruple chin. As many chins as possible. That the chin is as close as possible to the larynx. And slowly go out again.
Wow.
Do you notice this effect? This is an exercise that creates intense good feelings. We know from a lot of patients, and pull down to the right.
Oh, the other side.
Turn your head slightly to the right.
Now I am overwhelmed. Right.
Exactly. Right shoulder low, turn head to the right. The left hand over the head, and go a little backwards, towards the back of the head. And then pull forward down left. And then you feel the stretching. Back. Right. At the neck. And also breathe in there nicely. Breathe in deeply, more and more. One notices one's weaknesses very precisely through this. That is the sense of body awareness. Exactly to remember where are you flexible, where are you not flexible. And every day when you repeat this exercise, I would recommend you to put these in. Do this sequence every day. Especially if you have never done anything before. This is a wonderful story. Especially for you to get a good start in such movements. The body can learn.
Are we finished?
No, we are not finished. Now we go.
So finished after all.
With the feet a little forward. Feet together. And now you let yourself slowly lean forward. Lower the torso. Go forward very slowly.
But I have to sit far forward on the edge.
Yes, you have to move forward a bit, that's correct. But be careful not to slip. So not too far forward, with the bone on the edge. You have to feel a secure seat. That you don't suddenly fall down. Not much will happen, but one should avoid that. Straighten up, forward, you said? No, back, doesn't matter. Simply always go forward. Maybe you only come this far. Maybe you come until here. Maybe until here, until here, until here, until here. Maybe you can reach the tips of your toes. And then you pull yourself up and bend your arms. So no matter where you are on this path, stay right where it is still tolerable. Wait a while, then you'll notice it gives way. You can have a little more. Always the same, at different angles. And stay down, stay down, stay down. I do it for the people who are not so good at it.
Okay, I thought you had lost interest.
No, I have to show that to everyone. And I don't know if you can see it, but I'm moving forward millimeter by millimeter just for you to watch. It pulls into the lower back in the back. Maybe a little bit into the buttocks, maybe in the groin. And then, when you come up now and you notice it is difficult, then push yourself along with your hands on your legs. – Press yourself up along the legs, upwards. Keep going until you are straight again. And now stand up. Feel it for a moment how it feels. We have done a lot, especially if it is new for you. Move your legs a bit. And now go behind the chair, Renee. Go behind the chair. It's a bit low. I better go to the wall. Now stand against the wall. And you hold onto the chair in front. Stand as straight as possible. And spread your legs as far apart as you feel comfortable. Okay? And maybe that's already very exhausting for you. Maybe you can also come a bit deeper, no matter where you are. Now it's about shift your weight slightly backwards so that the tips of your feet lift off.
Stop. What does my body look like? Do I have to stand straight then?
Doesn't matter at all now. We just want to get a feeling for it at all. And then with the weight forward, and with the heels a little bit out, and again with the weight to the back, and the tips of the feet a little bit out. And when you notice that it's already pulling so much that it's just barely bearable, then you simply stay there. And you just stay.
I remain already.
Breathe. And what you can do, you can imagine the muscles where it is pulling right now, where you feel the stretching, mostly in the area of the groin or on the thigh, a little bit up there. Then you wait until this stretching, this intensity subsides. And you go a little further in. You can still go in with one foot. And then further. And then with the other foot. And further. It can also pull along the entire inside of the leg down to the knee. But it must still be tolerable.
I am still staying.
Yes, very good. And then you slowly go out again. You can do it with small alternating movements, always nice and slow. Especially when you do a stretch for the first time, go out very carefully and swing the legs a little. And now we do the final exercise. And then we already have a good understanding of the body.
Thank God.
I guarantee you with a very high probability that if you have never done a stretch before and start doing it, you will feel a little more comfortable every day. We assume at least that. So, now we go with our hands, place the palms on the chair, on a table, on a bench. I'm doing it this way so that they can see everything. And then you turn your left hand backwards so that it ideally points to the left leg. If it only goes this far, then it only goes that far. Yes, but as far as possible. Does that mean legs together? Legs apart together doesn't really matter.
Okay.
And now make sure that the carpus stays on the ground as much as possible.
What is the carpus?
This here, so that it gets counter pressure from the chair or the bench as much as possible. And then you carefully move your buttocks back with your shoulder. And then you notice it pulls in the entire forearm here into the wrist. And that frees your hands. If you work a lot on the keyboard, often have the computer mouse in your hand, everything will be nicely stretched now by simply bringing more mobility into it.
I am already at the final stage.
Inhale, exhale nicely and still a little further. What did you want to say? I say, I am already at the final stage. I can basically show people how I do it.
Super, thank you.
Keep going further back.
Can I squat a little bit, or will that cause any issues?
No, that is too much. It's simply about the angle between the forearm and the back of the hand. And then you slowly come out again. And now we go to the side with our arms again. And now pull your arms back as far as possible. Pull back nicely. And pull back further. And pull further. And breathe beautifully while doing so. Breathe in deeply, breathe out deeply, and pull again. And pull again. And pull again. and slowly out again. Wonderful. Do it once a day and let yourself be surprised by what happens. Nice that you were there. Stick to this sequence of exercises, especially if you are a beginner, a newcomer. Write us a comment. And here you will find a playlist with even more routines. But only then, when you have done this routine for 2 to 3 weeks, almost every day, as often as possible. I'm already looking forward to how you feel.